Okay, so today I think we'll play Soldier and discuss a bit about the Pyro update, because there was like a reason why I didn't why I haven't wanted to talk about it, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait until it's out to actually talk about it. And by that I don't mean updates, I just mean like I have some predictions in regards to how the update is gonna be released and how it's gonna go. And I'll go over that when I'm alive again. So, it have basically been a year and 3 months since we actually got some, you know, content last. And by that I don't mean like cosmetics, I just mean actual content. And now it's like, do we even want the Pyro update? Because what you need to realize with this question is, yes, it is kind of a trick question, because of course we want the freaking Pyro update. But what you actually need to realize is what happens after we've gotten the update. Because my theory is that it's gonna last maybe, I'm gonna be generous here, I'm gonna give it 3 months where people are gonna be happy with it, not really missing any content or anything, being like, yes, the game is great now. What happens after? People are gonna realize, oh shit, it's gonna be like 2 years until a new update. Well, no need to play this game anymore for like until the next update releases. And what happens in 2 years? Well, they forget about the game. That's probably what's gonna happen. Like, there's probably a lot of people who already forgot about TF2 now and won't be there, at least for a good while, when the new update hits. Oh shit, we just got critical lad. I mean, cheap, but whatever. I mean, we were doing so fine and then we get wrecked by a scout. And regarding the balance changes, none of them really matters that much to me, because I don't really use any of those weapons that got changed. So I don't really have anything in that regard to like speak of. Oh shit, we are actually being rolled by their team. I'm just looking at the scoreboard now. They just have, like, not only do they have 3 more people, they just have more people who are killing stuff compared to our 3 people basically only killing stuff here. I mean, matchmaking fun for everybody. Unless you are, like, only if you're on the enemy team, basically. Else, you know what, fuck you, that's what matchmaking tells you. So, my predictions about it is actually, like, the only way it comes to is if Valve continues the way they're going. If they actually realize, oh shit, maybe we should release more community-created content to keep the game alive. Hey, that would solve a lot of problems. Even like frequent balance changes, and when I say frequent I mean maybe every 3rd month they just rebalance some weapons, maybe add some few new weapons, like actually take the bother of that. They don't really need, to be honest, what are they even doing at Valve? Like, I'm looking, like, the community can make the maps, they can make the hats, they can make literally everything in the content. The only thing they would need to do for an actual update would be the number scaling on some items, maybe adding a few new overpowered items and then scale them down slowly. Like, I'm not even kidding. That would be a way to revitalize the game and make it interesting again for a lot of people. It's way easier to balance a bit overpowered weapon than it is to figure out what's wrong with a like underpowered weapon. Oh, the random crit. Oh shit, I mean that was a backscat, backburner and a freaking reserve shooter, wow. They seriously have some very anti-fun pyros in their team. Like, no kidding. Oh shit, and I'm being chased down by a scout that can actually jump in the air. Got him. Yeah, we're going directly back to spawn. This guy's just dead in front of us. There we go. Okay, so that was actually the top score we got down. But you can just see how the game balances out near the end, and they just overall, not only do they have more people that are able to kill people, they also have the better players, because we have so many easy kills for them to score on. So even though we technically have better players, that doesn't really matter, because in the end, not even random crits matter, as you can see. In the end, it's all about them having the better overall team.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
And we only have 60 seconds left of this shit show, so hey. I'm not even doing that well, but I mean... I have issues enough playing Soldier in general, and then playing it with like a terrible team, I don't know. I just don't know. And they also keep having that scout that I swear, like every time I'm like low by some other encounter or anything, he just appears and starts rushing into me. There's just nothing to be done here. There's legitimately nothing for me to do here. Like, I'd need a medic to pull this off, and I've got none. Maybe that, like, a team would also work, I guess. As said, a team would also indeed work. Now we just need an engineer to build a sentry or some shit, and then the annoying scout won't be able to annoy me, and then I should be able to like handle the point basically. He got wrecked, that soldier there. Oh, that's the... Why don't we have a sentry up? They have what, 2 annoying scouts. They have like their top squad, and then they have him, and they just like charge mid over the battlefield. I mean, we have a teleporter, we have a dispenser, but we don't actually have a sentry. What the fuck is wrong with engineers nowadays? Oh, that's why we don't have a sentry. That is why we don't have a sentry. That's why we just lost. What the actual fuck is wrong with people these days? Just charge in on the point. Like, I can't, there's a heavy with a medic shooting at me. And what is wrong with people? We just needed, even a level 1 sentry would have held that point. But he's busy building a dispenser and a teleporter instead of like hauling his level 3 sentry up to the point, so we win. What is wrong with people these days? Like, look at my kills against what looked like people where everybody on their team could kill me or had the power to do that. That was a horrible game, like every other game I get pretty much. Like, I even had the most damage in the game. I don't even know anymore. It's like... Yeah, this is like, they really need to fix matchmaking, and we need the Pyro update fast, and then they need to consider just doing community updates. We're just gonna disconnect here. They need to just, like, they have a community who keeps doing stuff. They need to put all their effort into having people, like, I don't even care. It's like, at this point it's just laziness. They basically have all the content they need available for them that the community have made. Do they need maps? There they go. Do they need hats? There they go. What more do they need for an update? They need maps, hats, and maybe some balance changes. So if one guy sits there and just, oh yeah, let's make this weapon OP, like with the lock and load, because that was a great idea, because hey, at least it's a change, right? I don't know, just maybe some new weapons. It's like, it can't be worse than rebalancing current weapons. They could as well release some new weapons. It's pretty much the same thing, because they're gonna break something either way. And then they can as well like fix it thereafter. And then what Valve needs to do is, every 3rd month there needs to be something new happening. Even if it's only community made stuff, some new maps, just anything to keep the interest of the game up. If Valve doesn't do that, then the Pyro update is just gonna come out. 3 months after, people are gonna wonder when the next content is, then they're gonna realize, oh wait, it took literally 2 years for the Pyro update to come out. Like, 2 years in additional to when it was supposed to be released, which was like shortly after Meet Your Match. So people are gonna realize that pattern, and then they're gonna be like, oh, and when they finally do an update, it's such a mega update that's gonna scare most people away from the game instead, because people nowadays like content where it's like, you get few updates every now and then you know, there's something new every week, maybe every month. There's something you can look forward to. But with Valve, it's like, oh well, I may as well quit this game because there's nothing new happening ever. That's kind of the feeling TF2 is giving away. Like, I don't mind that when it's like, maybe once, I don't know, every 6 months, because I'm actually not that happy with updates, because then it's like, oh, I gotta know everything now. Like, everything is changed. It's like, but not having it for a year made me realize how stupid that is. And it's like, I mean, I can still enjoy the game, but the game is legit even for where I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need new updates to actually play the game. But as you can see, matchmaking is terrible. They haven't fixed it for, is it a year now? It have been terrible for literally pretty much a year now. Ever since they added the endgame cards. And I've been complaining about it ever since. I don't even, like seriously, what, like, they have maybe 5 people. They don't need to code anything at all. They just need number tweaking on different weapons. Take some skins for weapons in the community, add stats to it, basically number tweaking. Add hats, add custom maps from the community. Everything delivered for free by the community that they are heavily abusing for basically promising nothing, and then they can just take everything they want. They basically have that, and they aren't abusing it because they honestly, at that point, it's just laziness when they can do that. That's my official opinion on this. Sorry it got a bit randy here at the end, but I felt like I needed to say this because that's my official statement of what I think is like gonna go on with the game if it keeps going this direction. And I really hope Valve figures this out. There's also another thing where it's like they've been having some what is it called, negative review bombings, where I'm like, well, maybe you should update the game more so people aren't complaining about how you're abandoning your games. That's what I'm thinking of that. But they're like, oh yeah, we can fix it with some like data compiling, and I'm like, isn't it obvious? Like first off, you abandoned like Half-Life and didn't give like Half-Life 3, as a lot of people are still angry about, as you can see by the review bumps. Another thing is you've abandoned TF2 pretty much at this point, because there haven't been an update for a year and 3 months, which is basically abandoning a game. Like, that is officially stating this game doesn't get updates anymore, even though they've promised us, and I really hope that they deliver that promise very soon. The next up is that they are starting to abandon Dota 2, which is the game that they had put in a lot of information, like, or a lot of focus in. And this is because of like their company policies where the employees decide what they want to work on. But even so, there's so much from the community, at least for TF2, that the game could run just by community-made stuff and keep going and get frequent updates at a luxury pace compared to a lot of other games. Heck, they could probably update the game with a new map, 3 weapon changes or 3 new weapons or some shit every week. And I'm just saying, literally every week. That is at the point they could do that now. They don't really need to code anything. They just need the resources and the mind capacity to take what they are being given for free and implement it into the game. At this point, I'm just like, this is laziness to me. And it's like, yeah, that's probably why the games are getting so much negative reviews. I mean, that's at least my opinion on it. At least some of the games they've abandoned. I don't know about that though, but that's at least what I'm seeing the pattern of. Anyways, again, sorry that this got randy, but hope you guys enjoyed this regardless, and I'll see you again next time.